Welcome back to another episode 86 of the Spittin Hoops podcast. We're back after a tumultuous free agency period. Obviously, in our last pod, that was a little bit ago, we took a break, but last pod, we previewed free agency, and now we're kind of going to review free agency in a quirky way. We'll begin into that. My Warriors been a little slow this free agency period, but this offseason has been pretty eventful for your Celtics, Anthony. How are you feeling it in general, and how are you feeling about those Celtics?
Yeah, man, feeling pretty. There's no pressure on the Celtics at the moment. It'll be interesting to see little Jalen Brown action. He's kind of wanted to be the 1A for a minute, and be cool to see that. Curious if there's a Derek White All-Star berth coming. Feel like he's been like, top 40 for a minute, especially with all the guards either like leaving the East or Tyrese Halliburton getting hurt, whatever the case may be. So yeah, this is definitely going to be interesting. Obviously, you got guys like Paolo, Franz, even Desmond Bain who could ascend to that All Star status. Definitely Paolo, but it's weird not having that expectation and the pressure of being a fan. So kind of just get to be an NBA fan. I mean, of course, let's go Celtics. I think we'll make the playoffs. Yeah, very exciting. How you doing, man?
Yeah, honestly, I've been loving this. Like, offseason has been super interesting across the board to see like what contenders power up, what teams make moves, what teams don't make moves. Like my Warriors again. But honestly, I've been really loving it. I think, I think there's some issues. This offseason is hinting at some infrastructural issues, and um, I'll get to this later, but Bill Simmons kind of alluded to this on his podcast, I think a while back. But he mentioned like, there's kind of a baseballization of uh basketball happening right now, I should say. But I think it's closer to football. I think it's you have your three main guys you pay. You have maybe a few fringe guys who aren't stars that you can pay, but if they are stars, you can no longer pay them. And if they aren't stars, um, then you can keep paying them. And then you just have to keep
Hmm.
recycling your team. And that's kind of, I think, the future of the NBA for a little bit here until teams figure out how to optimize, long-term offers and for the short term and as restricted free agents learn to optimize their value because let's just be honest, if you're a restricted free agent in this market, you're cooked. You're totally cooked. So curious to see how that stuff works out. Yeah, you put something in our notes. This video of Bradley, not Bradley Bill, CJ McCollum, now Wizards player, shout out,
Yeah, yeah.
talking about how the CBA penalizes you for drafting well. And yeah, it's true. If you draft more than three guys who should get paid more than 30 mil, the CBA penalizes you. You can't do that. You're cooked. An
Right.
example, I mean, this is might be a poor one, but when the Warriors had, Steph, Clay, and Draymond, they also had Iguodala. And obviously Steph got
Right.
underpaid because of his one contract, but they also had enough money for Iguodala and Harrison Barnes, for example. So um yeah, it's just been interesting. That's just some thoughts I've had off the top of my head about this offseason and the state of the NBA. I will say I don't love it. This is not
Yeah.
how I think the league should be run. But for the sake of short-term moves and for the sake of the value of true role players is has never been higher in some ways, and I think that's really good. I think a lot more people are getting paid for what they've done already instead of what they will do, which may be good, may be bad, but
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good take. And the intention of what has ended up happening was probably pretty noble. It seems like it's one of those things that you just don't realize is going to have this cascading effect till it does. And I really like what you said of CJ McCollum really just destroyed the middle class of the NBA. And it's pretty hard to sign guys at smaller contracts. You can get your veteran exception, right? If
yeah,
you're like I saw like Marcus Smart, obviously we'll talk about him maybe in a sec. Like he was able to get that biannual veteran
yeah.
exception,
The
but
biannual
it's
exception, yeah.
right,
But
right. But it's
that's like 4 mil. That's like 4 to 8
right,
mil, depending on where you
right,
are in the luxury tax. And then like the mid-level exception, for example, like Dennis Schroeder, he got sentenced signed for the full mid-level non-taxpayer 14 million. Like that's the most you can get with an exception. And most of these teams are operating over the cap anyways.
right.
So you're really just because
Yeah.
you're gonna spend your main cap on your stars, and then you're gonna use the exception to fill out the rest of the roster. So that destroy like Like the Aaron Gordon 4 years, 20 mil a year, those aren't gonna you're not gonna see those as much. It's Aaron Gordon's gonna wait to either get paid 30 mil or he's gonna have a bad season and getting paid 10 mil. That's the way it's gonna go.
Right. Right. Interesting. Yeah, very like boomer busty kind of. Um, yeah, I
Boomer
mean, I
what?
was looking it up. Hey, yo, hold on. Reset. Well, in this type of league that we got going on, which makes a man accidentally say something that sounds like something else, I was looking at the cap space. Only two teams are under the cap. Two teams.
Yep.
We have the Nets and the Jazz. That's it. Like
And the Nets will
that's
be at the cap. Will be right up there at the cap by the time they sign Cam Thomas.
soon
Because
enough.
how much are they over the cap?
How much are they underneath
Or
the
are
cap?
they?
The
Yeah, how
Nets?
much?
They
Yeah,
have 19 million, 20 million in cap space at the
yeah,
moment.
yeah. So
Um,
they're offering him right now. They're offering Cam Thomas 10 million. He's asking for 30 million, and let's
that's
say it
crazy.
gets closer to 18 million. So, that's gonna be all their cap space. You have every team that just operates over the cap. And that's what's kind of fascinating. I mean, the only times you see people get re-signed for contracts that aren't the 30 million, it's usually like birdier guys. But the issue is a birdier guy has leverage because they can say, sign me for 30 million or I'll walk because you can't replace me. So you have to
Mm,
sign me. So
right.
that's like the all these dynamics at play. And really like the aprons are so bad. The second apron is so bad. It's so dumb.
It's pretty crazy, like having compared what we're talking about now to last year and theorizing over what might happen and how it might happen and all this stuff. And it's just like ending teams for making great value plays, drafting really well, signing guys at low value, and then you got to resign them at like horribly expensive contracts.
I mean, to be fair, I think right now we're not seeing a ton of it yet, but it's like the Thunder and Thunder, it'll happen eminently. The Pacers
Yeah,
don't re-sign Miles Turner
right.
because they don't think he's worth the money, but also I wonder if it's because they're also thinking that Matherin's getting an extension. What am I going to do with Furphy 2 years down the line? What am I going to do with, um, Ben Shepherd 2 years down the line, etc. Like I think that's also part of the calculus. And if you re-sign all those guys, now you're definitely staring down the barrel of the second apron.
Right.
Um, so like I think that's the issue, and it also gives owners the excuse. That's the thing. It's like owners are always going to find a way and a reason to pay teams and players less, and now they have an excuse to not. And that's why we're seeing this restricted free agency stuff. Because like, let's be real, Josh Giddey's worth 20 million a year. I don't know what he's asking for. Let's be clear. He might be asking for 30, in which case,
Yeah.
like, brother,
I
come on
mean,
now.
he's probably worth like 25. Young guy?
Ah,
You don't think so?
it's just like not me, you know, not me, not the team I'm running.
Yeah, I feel like
You
there's
can't, if you can't shoot the rock and you're not a plus defender, but you don't have either.
yeah.
Like those are the two skills that even as a star, unless you are an otherworldly offensive player, like in
Mm,
other ways, like, and I think the Thompson twins are an exception to this, right? The Thompson twins, because their spacing, since they're so athletic, the spacing isn't
right.
that bad sometimes. But even
Right.
come playoff time, we saw it was rough sometimes. So I don't know. I
Right.
think that the
Or like a TJ McConnell who can like use space inside the 3-point line like really well.
yeah, yeah. And also TJ McConnell's not asking for 30 mil.
That's also a good point. Yeah. That's
Like
like
how much better is Josh Giddey than TJ McConnell right now? I know Josh Giddey's younger, but like and he's a lot better.
yeah.
But
Right.
is he
He's a lot younger.
$20 million better? Would you rather have three TJ McConnells or one Josh Giddey?
I mean, for multiple reasons, I'd rather have three TJ McConnells than Josh Giddey.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
Um,
I'm
yeah,
not that expensive.
no, that's valid.
And yeah, if he's usable in the playoffs, he needs to be one of your three best players. And like, are you making the playoffs? Like if he's one of your three best players, I mean, you might, but
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, those two others better be damn good.
yeah, Kobe White
And
and
Ayo,
Patrick Williams and Patrick
yeah,
Williams
yeah, and Vooch.
not doing it for you. Um,
I'm yet to be moved, man, by the
yeah,
Chicago Bulls. They got a tough future ahead of them.
give me Kobe White, dude. The Warriors need to call the Bulls every day and be like, here's two first round picks and Kuminga for Kobe White. Just like keep calling them.
For Kobe White.
Yeah. Just keep going. Steph and Kobe White. Steph in the 6'5" shooting guard who can score points. Great. Like
Damn.
we have good track record with this exact archetype of player. Like
Right, right, right.
you know,
Yeah, that's so true.
whether it be Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, etc. Like
That's real. Yeah, and he does not have to do too much.
yeah, doesn't have to do too much when
Yeah.
he was already amazing last year while doing too much. So
Yeah.
throw an IO too. Throw an IO too. But Joe Lacob's allergic to trading first round picks, so it won't happen. I don't know how we got on this tangent. Um, Now I'm just ranting. Uh, we never even explained our event of the day here that we're doing.
Yes, sir.
Um, the plan is for today, we're gonna go through every single move that we find pretty relevant. Um, Jameer Watkins signing with the Wizards on a two-way. That's not gonna make the cut on this list, unfortunately. Um, I know that's going to be a heartbreaker. But we're just going to run through a lot of the notable signings. We wanted to make a graph. Unfortunately, the technological capabilities of Spin Hoops are not there just yet.
Not yet.
Um, Not yet. We want to make a graph for you guys, but we're gonna describe a graph for y'all where we're kind of gonna rank each of these transactions on how we feel about them generally for the team acquiring, whether that be price, etc. But we're also gonna give like an impact, like how much impact do we perceive this to you know cause? For example, if I thought Jameer Watkins again was an A+ signing for the value he brings, he's still on a two-way contract. The impact is probably like, negligible. Say a 1% impact.
Right, right,
I
right.
don't know. I don't know how we're gonna grade the impact scale, but that's kind of the thing we're operating with, the framework. It's very rough, clearly.
Mm,
But we're working with it and
yeah,
we'll figure it out. We'll have it figured out by next offseason.
yeah. Hopefully, we'll see. Or maybe
Yeah.
by the next round, if there's like a few more off-season moves here.
Yeah, next round of Josh Giddey and Cam Thomas.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The surprise Giannis trade, Ben Simmons. Actually, Ben Simmons.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll put Ben Simmons on this list.
did he play a minute in the playoffs?
Let's see. I
Jan,
bet.
Jan.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
Ben's.
sure he did. I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
But like, how did he? I saw a report that the Celtics might sign him.
Oh, 5 games, 8 minutes.
There we go. All right, bro.
Somebody smell like shit. No, I'm kidding.
It's
I'm kidding.
stank in here.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's stank in here.
That's nasty, bro. Um,
So, so we've already talked about a couple signings, obviously KD, and we talked about Desmond Bain, and then I think we broke down the Wizards Pelicans situation a little bit.
yeah, we did.
So I think those ones, maybe,
Oh, if we get to like the first few, I think basically up until like I think we did the Nas Reed and Steven Adams extensions and the KD trade and
right.
did we do the Nas? We did. I think we did Steven
I think we
Adams. That was the
did.
same. That was around the KD time
Yeah, yeah, it
when
was
they were
before,
announcing.
yeah.
Yeah, before the NBA Finals was in.
Yeah. Ugh, hate that so much. Um,
Um, yeah,
okay. Well, I mean, so do you want me to pitch it to you and then you give your like take of like the grade and then the
yeah, sure.
impact? And then
I'm down with that.
we'll go like what, like 1 to 10?
Yeah.
Like one is like, all right, and then 10 is like this earth-shatteringly either good or bad.
Okay, I'm down.
All right. Um, and then if I have like a big disagreement with you, then
No,
I'll
I mean,
like
wait. We should discuss. We
I'll
should
just
go back and forth. We should go back and
uh,
forth.
we can be Socratic.
Yeah.
Um, okay. So we'll start with the move, and then we'll talk about the impact. I also am down to just kind of here's another thing we can do is I'm down to just like look at like I we have our list here, but we can also do like I'll just go through ESPN because there might have been a few that I missed. And then if like there's genuinely like a okay, whatever, like there's not a lot here, we'll just move on.
All right, bet.
All right. So all right, I'll float it to you, give your take, and then I'll respond and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Okay. So first, shout out. We just talked about him, but Houston Rockets re-signed Steven Adams, 3 years, 39 million. Steven Adams is just turned 32. How are we feeling about
Can,
this signing?
can I say it's like I think it's in the B tier. I think it's a very good
Okay.
signing. It is 3 years
Tier.
for a guy who's kind of injury prone. But Steven Adams, it's like a B plus for me. Like this is a wanted player on the market, and this is a guy who is relatively impactful. But I think
Mm,
for the Rockets case, I don't think he's going to be the impact decider of where they go. I think he'll give them a great aspect.
mm,
I don't think he's like a key player, if that makes sense.
sure.
Do you want to rank the impact on A to
Okay,
F
sure.
tier?
So you give do you want oh, okay, I see. I
And
kind of
then
like a number scale for the impact.
okay, well I'm giving like let's say what's 100% impact? Give me a 100% impact example.
Like
What would freestyle it?
like a 40?
No, but
Like
like what type of
oh,
player?
oh. Like what type of player? What do you mean?
Like what 100%? Like what's the top scale? The peak of the scale that we're using. If
Oh,
your
would it
numbering
be
scale.
like what kind of player is 100%?
Yeah,
Like Kevin Durant.
like getting traded with that be or like with the Paul George Kawhi trade, that's like 100%.
Oh, like how big of a deal?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
this
or
is like
or impact. Yeah.
this is like a 10%.
Okay.
Like they have Clint Capella now. Obviously they got Sengun. Um,
But I think it's a great deal, though. Like, how
it's a
about
great
that?
deal.
And I do think he's a very well wanted player. I think there's also something he said for no one else gets to pick up Steven Adams, and also Steven
Yeah,
Adams is better than Clint Capella, and he can't play playoff minutes, and he can also not play playoff minutes. That's something that's great about Steven Adams.
right,
He knows he's not meant to play 80 games. You know,
right.
um. So yeah, I think 10. That would go higher. I'd go higher, like 20%,
20%. All right.
at
Shout
least,
out
at least.
B plus 20%.
Cool. I like this.
Um, okay. So we talked about this, but we'll just like briefly revisit
Yeah.
this, just because I'm putting this in. Um, we have the Grizzlies Magic trade, Desmond
Yeah.
Bane for KCP Cole Anthony. Should we start with the Magic side of it?
Yeah, let's just say whoever's acquiring
Okay.
was
The
it like
gooder, the better player.
like this is the gooder
The gooder.
it's like they're the ones making the move. I would say
Yeah.
like I would say it's like a B minus in terms of like deal and whatnot, but impact I think it's like pretty high. I think it's like 35 to 40%. I think it's the exact type of player they want. This is a guy who's going to last on this team for a long time. He's going to elevate the rest of the guys. I think this should be about as close. This is, this is more valuable than if a low tier all star that I didn't like their shot selection getting traded. Like who's a good example? Like D'Lo, like when D'Lo
Yeah.
made that all star game. If he
Oh
got traded
yeah.
the next offseason, the issue is he's so ball dominant. Desmond Bane, I have no worries. He's in just slide right into the Magic, probably score 20 a game, shoot great from three, play relatively good
Yeah.
defense. So I think it'll
Yeah.
have a lot of impact. I think it'll have
So I actually think the value, the 40% is pretty good. I would probably give this a better grade just due to fit. And
that's fair.
also KCP played like ass and Cole Anthony played like ass, so
I
they're
mean, got
walking out
cut.
the door.
I mean, it
Well,
got
he
cut.
got cut.
Right.
Yeah. Right,
I
like
mean,
later on.
literally, like it
Yeah.
shows you the value that he has. I mean, I think that's fair.
I'd say
I
B
think
plus.
yeah, I think that's fair. Maybe in the moment I was like a little down on it because I was like, I wonder, like that is a good amount for Desmond Bane. But also, the more these picks come in, the more I'm like thinking, I'm like, I don't know how good they are. I don't know how good these
Oh
picks are,
yeah, right. And
like in a
just
good
because we're
way.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, for the
Just
Magic
because
because you're
for the
young.
Magic, because they're four first, but like you're a young team and like you already like they still had like picks. They still used a pick in this draft. Like they still have
Right.
draft assets. They're not
Right.
totally destroyed. So yeah, honestly, B plus I think is good. It's not an A though because you are getting four first, and
So okay, so that's a good point. Are we talking about what you're giving up to get the player? Or
I
are we
think it has
just
to go
talking about the
both. I
player?
think it's like
Okay, yeah,
I think it has to be a little,
sure.
because or
All
else
right,
if
I
we're
like
just
that.
ranking the player, then we're just going our top 100, right?
Yeah, yeah,
you
real,
know,
real.
yeah. But yeah,
YKB.
B plus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all right, cool.
B plus in my opinion.
Um, all right, very good. Next up, we do not have to, but I'm just gonna throw this one out. Pat Connaughton has picked up his $9.4 million player option for next season.
Fast, get him out of
All
here.
right, good. Shout out though, he's from Arlington, Mass. So, and that's next
You,
to my
that's
town.
literally that's probably why.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Okay, we obviously talked about this a lot, but Phoenix Suns traded for KD, for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and the 10th pick, who turned out to be Duke player, right?
Yeah, Mallock. Are we rating
Yeah.
that for the Suns or the? I
Let's
mean,
do
Suns is
for,
a F. It's F.
for Suns, it's an F. Okay.
F,
Um,
0% impact rating. Like how?
yeah,
Like I don't.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or the thing is, like it'll have a lot of impact because now Booker's gonna get traded 3 years from now. But
Right,
like
right, right, right. Okay,
like
so
that's the thing with the impact rating is like you know and they might have similar amount of wins, but like you can't like this is a horrible impact rating.
all
Actually,
right.
maybe it has a high impact rating and just has a low grade. Maybe
Yeah,
this is probably like a really high, and maybe we
this
have to
this could be
we probably
this
have to
might be
grade the Rockets on the same scale too. Like
this might be 60% for the Suns,
yeah,
right? Like this is
because
like
it's so bad. I mean, because the
mm,
situation was mangled so bad. It's not the trade.
right.
The issue is not the trade itself. It's everything leading up to it. Not never getting this. The result. The result of whatever being that you make a trade where KD is getting traded for Jalen Green and a 10th pick.
Yeah,
Whatever happened there, F.
right,
Instant. F. Instantly.
right.
Impact high.
Very
Yeah.
high.
Rockets A. Can I say Rockets impact 60% too? I don't think it's much higher. I can't give it that much higher because I think KD is really good, but KD I don't think puts the Rockets into a tier that can compete with the Nuggets and the Thunder. KD is older. KD may not be around super long, hasn't extended yet.
Mm,
And this is a team that was already a top 30 seed and went to a 7 game first round series. If this year they go to a second round and get second rounded, they'll probably be a better team. But we might look back at this team, this Rockets team that gets second rounded and go, how much better were they? So that's something that's why I
mm.
wouldn't go that.
Yeah, I like that. I'm with you on the A specifically because KD like plugs this hole that they had been looking for. And why, in large part, obviously, if you have KD on the Rockets last year, they probably beat the Warriors.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
impact I like at 60 because I think this like talks about like 100% impact is like how much is your franchise going to be impacted for the next like 5, 10 years, right? Like legacy. This is like the next couple of years.
It's honestly a luxury trade. It's
Yeah.
honestly like we have so many assets and young guys, we can actually just go and upgrade our young guy for another one. We can
Yeah.
actually just spend this pick and get rid
Right.
of Jalen Green and upgrade him.
Right.
Like, even though he's young, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I agree. And also, like, this is bad. Like, this is bad. No, I don't want to put this energy out there. What if KD tears his ACL on the third day of the season? You don't re-sign him, and it's like, oh, we just got out of the Jalen Green money for the 10th pick. Okay.
Right. 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 Right.
Not that bad.
Yeah.
Like, not
Not the end
ideal,
of the
but not
world.
that bad. Yeah,
Right. Right.
not
Right.
ideal, but not that bad.
Yeah. I like that. All right. Okay, next we have again, we might talk about this, we might not, but your surrogate team, the Wizards, pick up Chris Middleton, his $33 million player option.
Or he had a
Worth
player option. He picked
he
it
had a
up.
player. Yes, yeah, he picked it up.
Pass. I mean, he was
Whatever.
going to. Like, no one's
Yeah, okay,
going to.
okay, cool.
I mean, this is
Um
just that he'll walk next year.
he did
They'll
the
have
thing, yeah.
discussions.
Right, right, right. They did the thing. And he's a good vet, like cool for the Wizards.
He'll play.
Okay,
He'll probably start. Probably start.
yeah. Wizards will be fun. Next, Celtics, Drew Holiday to the Blazers for Anthony Simons and two future second round picks. Thoughts. Ho
Like
ho.
like impact on both sides. I'm thinking like
Like
15
15,
15%,
yeah. I was thinking
10%,
that.
maybe
Yeah.
less, maybe less for both. Um,
Yeah.
Drew going to the Trailblazers probably has a lot more of an impact than the other way around. But Anthony's kind of like a long-term slash flexibility play.
Yeah.
Um, it's like a C for both sides. I don't really love it for either team. Like I think Anthony's good and all, but they're just both very horizontal moves. I I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking. maybe I think the Celtics maybe did a little bit better. Maybe the Celtics got a B minus and the
Hmm.
Blazers
Well, they
get like
got
a
out
C
of,
plus.
yeah, I mean, they got out of a big contract.
Yeah. You couldn't
So
you don't think you could have got one pick for Drew Holiday?
they got two
Big
seconds.
contract.
Oh, like a first
Yeah,
round
like a
pick?
first. Like, would you rather a first than a first? I mean,
I,
that's the thing. The Celtics maybe not. Maybe they wouldn't rather a
yeah.
first.
Well, I think the issue was he didn't play well enough in the playoffs. I don't think he shot very well in the playoffs. If it was last year's Drew Holiday, I think they do get a pick.
Well, this is the thing. I don't actually think Drew Holiday is that bad. Like I was kind of sounding the alarm bells last year, I feel like throughout the season, where I was like, I kind of think he's slowed down substantially. So I'm not saying I would trade a first round pick for him, but I kind of think maybe it could have. And Anthony
Hmm.
Simons, considering that Anthony Simons 2 seconds, so, which one would you rather? It's like not that big of a margin, so whatever. Anyways,
Right.
I'd give B minus for the Celtics, probably what I'd do
Hmm.
in a C for the Blazers. Just that I also question like yeah, like Drew's gonna play a lot, but would you rather just had Anthony Simons?
Right. Right.
Like if 2 years from now Anthony Simons is a lot better than Drew Holiday, you're probably gonna go fuck. You're probably gonna go, damn, wish I had
Yeah.
Anthony Simons.
I know I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I don't
like
know if
it.
you
We'll
agree.
see. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how he does. It's a
Maybe
good
even lower
offense.
impact. Honestly, now I'm thinking maybe even lower. Like I generally think it's horizontal.
It's a small impact. Um, okay. Next we have the Pelicans trade. So they trade CJ McCollum, Kelly Olynyk, future second to the Wizards for Jordan Poole and Sadiq Bey and the 40 pick, who I don't know who that is.
Um, that ended up getting traded. If I
Okay.
remember correctly. Um, uh, my take on this, I think the Pelicans did not want to re-sign McCollum. They got Poole, who is a similar player and is a salary they have for 2 years, not one. He's not expiring. The fact that he's not expiring was actually of value to them. The Wizards was the opposite. They wanted to go from a Poole contract to an expiring contract. McCollum, similar player, same thing. They can just bring him in. Now they have 100 mil cap space next offseason.
Hmm.
Um, that said, outside of this, Olynyk gets cut by the Wizards, if I remember correctly, or instantly
Yeah.
traded. I can't.
To the
Um,
Raptors?
yeah, something like that. Maybe not. I don't remember.
I forgot.
But I'm pretty sure it gets cut. And Sadiq Bey hasn't played basketball in a year, so it's like overall, I think the impact is probably around the same as the last trade, maybe a little higher because I actually think the cap space implications for both teams, and I think the fact that the Pelicans are getting a little younger, like
Yeah.
the Jordan Poole will be on the Pelicans for 2 years because he's not going to get traded as an expiring 30 mil contract, like
Hmm.
unless it's like a weird unless they're dumping salary into the Pelicans, which I would doubt.
Hmm.
So
Maybe like 25% impact.
yeah, maybe like 25, maybe like 20% impact, like maybe it's the same tier as Steven Adams, maybe
Steven
like
Adams. Okay.
yeah.
What do you give that
And
trade?
then I think it's like maybe like a B minus for both
Like a B
sides, like a
minus.
B.
Yeah.
There's not much picks going on. I think the Wizards probably did a lot better than the Pelicans here, like just in terms of like they kind of completed a vision where
Yeah.
they got a pick to take on Poole. They played Poole for 2 years, and then they shipped off Poole for an expiring deal. So you basically it's 3 years of Jordan Poole adjacent player to for a pick. Eh,
Yeah.
Like
That's
they're gonna
fair.
get they get a Warriors pick in 2028 if I remember correctly
Yeah.
from that Jordan
I,
Poole trade. So
I kind of
you know.
like so yeah, I like this as like a 25% impact for the Wizards.
Yeah, maybe that's
A
nice. And
little
maybe
more. And
even
like a B.
yeah. The thing is the Pelicans, like I think they're gonna be happy to have another ball handler, like who is an active ball handler, who can really hit a three, alongside Trey Murphy. Um, definitely a little bit more ball hawk. But like CJ McCollum isn't a point guard either. Let's just say that.
No, he is not.
So yeah,
Uh
it's an interesting trade.
yeah, he is never really into distributing wealth on the court or off the court with the
Mhm.
CBA. So, um let's move on. Oh yes, this was a fun one. This is part of the Celtics like goodbye older players tour. The team trade where Kristaps and a second round pick go to the Hawks, Terrence Mann and Atlanta's 22, who I don't know who that is, goes to the Nets. Oh yeah, one of those guys. And then Niang and a second round to the Celtics.
Okay, I think the Celtics did well. Like I think the Celtics got like a B plus because they dumped this
Yeah.
30 mil player who never played for them.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
you're the
Of
Hawks.
course.
You have a trade exception, and you're basically able to use Terrence Mann, George Niang, and a shitty first. Um, you know, pretty good, pretty good. Like I don't know, like pretty good. Like if I'm the like, it's like impact meter. It's like Celtics B plus
It's
impact
small,
meter low.
like 10.
Yeah, Hawks. It's like C is the trade because they're still trading for a 35 mil player, but they could. I think it's high impact, like 25%, 20. Yeah, maybe around Steven Adams. I think it's actually a really good example because
Yeah.
it's high impact because it gives them a lot of flexibility. They could just opt out with him next year, but he's also a really good player, and he's also like an icing on the cake and a
Yes.
player and a level of talent that Atlanta wasn't going to be able to acquire. So I
Totally.
think like that's he's really fascinating to me. I don't think he's going to take them like new heights or anything like that, but like
Mhm.
he's if the Hawks are in the second round and Porzingis is starting a second round game for them, like they're not going to be shocked.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with that. Yeah, this was a really good way for them to get talent. And I think we'll talk about the Hawks. I know you're really high on the Hawks with all the stuff they're gone. And Jalen Johnson coming back
Yeah,
is
I mean,
huge.
and they're,
So
I mean, they're just so deep. They
yeah,
have like their
so
floor
deep.
is really high. Their floor is really high.
Yeah,
They're not gonna lose less than they're not gonna go under 500. Like I'm
right.
very confident, which is
Right,
crazy.
right,
It's
right.
the Hawks. Like last year, they were like a middling team with nowhere to go. But
Right.
honestly, between like guys like Reese Shea, Jalen Johnson, even like Trae Young is like gonna be there. I know Trae Young's not
Right.
getting traded. That's the thing.
Right.
So or like probably not getting traded. So it's like you know. Um, pretty great stuff happening in Atlanta, actually. I really like it. And
Yeah.
also, I mean, they're like a sleeper Giannis team, to be honest.
Hmm. I like that.
What if Giannis asked
Um,
for a trade before the deadline? You go, here's Porzingis, here's Jalen Johnson, here's 5 picks.
yeah.
Because Porzingis is a contract. Jalen Johnson finishes the contract and he's the young player. And then I'm getting Giannis. Giannis, Richardson,
Yeah.
Trey,
Dyson.
Dyson. Yeah, I was forgetting about them.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So I mean it's a
And they're
scary
deeper than
team.
that. They're deeper than that. I'm
Yeah, they
just
are
forgetting their
deeper.
team.
Um, yeah, I
Um,
mean,
They got
Luke
Levert.
Kennard
Yeah,
and
Luke
Karis LeVert.
Kennard, Karis Levert. Or no, they don't have Levert. They have Mikhail Alexander Walker. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Um,
and we'll
and
talk
then
about him in a sec.
and we still haven't even mentioned like Onyeka.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
I was like,
they're deep.
yeah. So they're good.
All right. Uh, moving on. Um, Fred VanVleet to the Rockets, or
Yeah,
still with the
the
Rockets.
resign. Yeah,
Yeah, the
interesting.
resign.
Like B
Like a
and imp but
B.
imp B but impact I think is like 25%. This is a guy we can get traded and the thing is now Van Fleet's kind of locked in. The Rockets are going to be operating as an over the cap team. So the only way Van Fleet's going to get moved is through a trade. They're either going to re-sign him next offseason, unless he's like really, really bad. They're going to re-sign him next offseason, go another deal. He'll probably opt out. Um, or they'll trade him. So I think it's pretty high impact because also this is a very good player. The Van Fleet is
Yeah.
a very interesting guy, and especially on a team that's getting a little older now that they have KD. Like he kind of held them over, but he's gonna get to see the like fruits of his labor a little bit with
All
the
right.
work he put in with this team. And um I think yeah, the fact that he has to pretty much guarantee that he will get traded or will get re-signed at the end of this contract kind of means it has to be high impact. It probably has to be a lot higher impact than Steve Adams. So yeah, 25%.
Yeah, I like that.
The
All
issue,
right.
the one limiter is not necessarily a prototype of player you want to be playing 25%. The older 6'1" point guard is not always the guy that you want to be paying 25 mil, and that's one of the reasons we're only paying him 25 mil. But so
Right. And I mean, like you said earlier about Katie, like that's the nice thing about what's going on here. Like this is a luxury situation.
yeah,
And they can afford it because they have a lot of depth and they got Reed Shepherd, who's, probably going to be ready to go, hopefully this year. So like you can you can sub him out, you can give more minutes to other guys. They're in a good spot. They're in a very good spot.
yeah.
All right, great. Next up, oh boy, the Hornets trade Mark Williams to the Suns for Liam McNeely, who was the
Get it out
29th
of
pick.
here. Get it out of
Okay.
here.
All right. All right. All
I
right. All
don't
right. All right.
care.
All right.
Zero
Not
impact.
Eh.
Dude, they're recreating the Hornets front line in Phoenix.
Er,
They got Nick Williams and Mark Richard, and they got Nick Williams and Nick Richards and Mark Williams. Jesus
so
Christ.
good, dude. I
Um,
love it.
yeah, dude, I'm good, bro. But
Hilarious.
Matt Ishbia,
Absolutely hilarious. Yeah.
I'm sure.
Just no motion.
Did you notice? Did you notice this Beal thing? We could get to the Beal thing right now if you want, but they this Beal
Sure.
thing. They had Beal's agent, his father, the father of the Suns GM, negotiating against each other for this weird buyout. I was like, this is hilarious. Beal's agent tells Beal to not take the full money and give money back in the buyout. Why did you do that? Who was it? Were the Suns just not going to buy you out because you weren't going to give back the extra 13 million? They were clearly
Wait,
down.
wait, wait.
Did
Wait,
you
wait,
not see
wait,
this?
wait, wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Suns buy out Brad Beal,
Yes.
stretch him,
Yeah.
but he
Yeah,
gives
yeah.
back 13 million of his money in the trade because that's the
Oh,
money
yes.
that the Clippers about to pay him. Like, why'd you do that?
Right.
Like, why?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm missing a rule that like if you get bought out, you can only make the money that you're
Hmm.
gonna get paid elsewhere or something. But if I'm Beal, like y'all screw Beal, like y'all,
I wonder if that's the case.
he
Do you
did
think
what he
there's a
did.
rule? There must be a rule.
I mean, sometimes players do it because they're like
They just want to
Marcus
leave
Smart did
so
it.
bad.
Marcus Smart did it was like because the Wizards were like, we're not going to. I assume the way the Wizards were operating is like we would rather just go into camp with you on the team. We'll decide then. Marcus Smart's like, I know I can get this deal from the Lakers. Let me just give you back the difference in the deal that they're going to give me. I'd rather just play for the Lakers. Like I think that's what
Right.
happens sometimes. Other times like a Linux gets waived and he signs with another team, but also Linux not getting paid like minimum exception money, right? Um, so yeah, quirky stuff. I think he should. I think he could have got the whole deal.
Do you
Also,
think
just
maybe do you think
uh,
maybe it's just because he has I mean, this might be more philosophical, he just has so much money at this point that he
he
just
was
wants
just
a
like
chance to compete for a chip.
yeah, and maybe he wanted to like that's why he wanted the extra year on the Clippers contract, and like he had a place where he could go do that because that's I don't know if you noticed that he got like extra player option year or something like that.
Oh, oh,
Um,
oh, oh, nice. So there's flexibility.
for the Clippers. So I think because also Beal, for all accounts, is not someone who likes moving a lot. Like that is one thing he's been very adamant about. He's like, I loved Washington. I don't want to leave. He got to Phoenix. He's like, I do not want to leave. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
he likes
um,
chilling.
yeah. So so be it. Like, I mean, what? That's I guess that's a topic for another time. But
Yeah,
I mean,
I
we
mean,
could say
we'll
Beal. We could
start.
do Beal. We could do the Clippers Beal thing right now. I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
fair game.
Yeah, so there's the stretch and there's
Yeah, I
the
don't.
stretch and wave, which
Stretch is just
whatever.
F
It's
100%
F. Yeah,
impact.
it was F from years
100.
ago. And then
I
what,
mean,
2 years, 11 mil?
well, the no, this but the stretch. I will say the stretch is like makes it as 100% impact because now you're paying a guy 30 mil a year to not be on your team when you could have just paid him 60 mil for the next 2 years to not be on your team. This is what I don't understand these teams are doing. Dame Lillard, same thing. Would I rather pay Dame Lillard 5 years, 30 mil to stay away from my team, or just eat it for 2 years? Way rather
Right.
just eat it. And that teams are going
Yeah.
to learn this sooner rather than later. That's what happens in baseball too, by the way. Well-run teams in baseball eat the contract. They don't they
Right.
don't
Yeah.
they don't sign the Bobby Manila contract that pays you 120 years $1 million every year. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude, that's so funny.
Yeah.
That just
But
happened, right? That day? Like
yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
recently?
Like we're gonna get to that. It's gonna be Dame Lillard Day 5 years from now when he gets paid $30 million from the Bucks. And like that's what
Yeah.
but that's why that was like 100% impact. 100% impact instantly. Wave and
Love that.
stretching, I'm so against. If you're because you're already screwed. You are already over. You're already in the committee.
Right. Right. I think it's like very circumstantial situations where it makes any sense. And I
Yeah.
can't even think of them.
And
Yeah.
anyway, so I
Fair
mean
enough.
Beal was it we could say yeah.
Yeah. How about okay,
Beal
so Beal himself.
Beal to the Clippers. I'm gonna give
Oh,
it
I got it down here, bro.
oh you got it. No,
Yeah,
we're on.
highlighted down.
Um, Beal to the Clippers. I think I would give like the Clippers. This is like a B plus. I mean, you just traded Norm Powell for John Collins and just
Yeah.
signed Norm Powell. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Real.
I
Real
mean,
deal.
um, and even if Beal isn't as good as Norm Powell was for last year, like let's be honest, Norm Powell was spectacular last year. I
He
mean,
was amazing. Yeah.
it's fine. I mean, this Clippers is a year by year team. That's how they operate.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. But Yeah, I like it. Yeah, 20% impact, B plus. Maybe even less than
Yeah.
20% impact. That's the thing. Like, because the thing is, the Clippers, Beal decides nothing. Beal is no indicator of their future success.
You think he's lower than Steven Adams?
I think so. Like, is Beal gonna matter more in the playoffs than Steven Adams when we watch the playoffs next year? Like, Steven Adams is gonna have a moment in a playoff series where he comes in and bullies a team for three straight
Mm,
games. Like, Beal, of course, is gonna start every game, and Beal might have a 30-pointer in there. But the fate of the Clippers does not lie anywhere near Brad Beal's hands. That's kind of my take.
I
Maybe,
think I think
and he's just
20% makes sense.
fair enough. Fair enough. I
But
just is
yeah,
is he that much better than Chris Dunn? Like, it's that much.
I mean,
He's just
Chris
a
Dunn is
he.
amazing.
I mean, but there's just another guy in this recipe of guys who either play offense or play defense.
Right. Right, right,
Like,
right,
if you're
right,
gone
right,
into the
right, right.
season, if you're just going into the season without Brad Beal, like, it's great to have Brad Beal, but if you're going into the season without Brad Beal, I don't think you're feeling substantially more confident or substantially less
No,
confident.
definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got guys that can fill that in, and like scoring is not their issue.
Yeah.
They got scoring in bunches.
So that's my argument. I'd have to,
I think
almost.
I think you should I think you should come off the bench, to be honest with you.
I mean, just start him so he doesn't check out.
Yeah, mentally, that's real.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, well, Clippers are fun. Looking forward to like kind of doing that whole ranking thing.
Mhm.
All right, you ready for the next?
Yeah.
All right, so we talked about this as well, but we haven't graded. Nas Reed, 5 year, 125 million. He opts out of his $15 million player option for next year.
It's like, yeah, I don't care. Like, for the th T-Wolves, good on them for keeping him A. And they kept him, Randall, and Gobert, and they didn't pay Nasri to exorbitant amount A, and then Impact probably like 30%, because if he walks, that kind of ruins the infrastructure of your deep front court. Um, and maybe is
Right.
already a more valuable player than Julius Randle. So I think it's A, and I think it's like 30% impact. Actually, like,
It's pretty
it is
good.
a lot of money. It is a lot of money for Nasri, 100%, but it's 25 million. Like, that's actually really important to understand that, like, Devin Booker 3 years from now is getting paid 75. Like, this cap
Yeah,
space is good.
dude,
Like, this
that's
is a kind of important
nuts.
to remember, is that this cap space, 25 mil 3 years from now, if Naz Reid is still the same player, doesn't even
Yeah,
need to improve, will be a lot better. Yeah, well, that will look great. So yeah, I'm kind of with the contract. I mean, it's a bet on Naz Reid, but I love
yeah,
it.
yeah. It is
I'm
same.
down. My team would bet on Naz Reid.
Yeah, a lot of people love
So
Nas Reed.
yeah,
All right. Next is the Bulls trade Lonzo Ball, the Cavs for Isaac Okoro straight up. Anything there?
asleep. Same deal as like the
Slate,
Beal trade. I don't. Yeah, probably
delete,
whatever the Beal is minus.
delete,
It's just like,
impact,
yeah.
negligible.
I think Lonzo Ball's really good. I will say I don't know what the Bulls are doing in this trade. Like, you're getting guard Patrick Williams, it's for Lonzo Ball.
Really?
But like, Lonzo Ball will be good too, and he'll be a good replacement for Ty Jerome. But it's like another situation where it's like, he's like kind of like a luxury player for them. He'll help them in the regular season, but they're post as bad as Ty Jerome was in the postseason, he wasn't the decider of the postseason at all.
Yeah,
So I'm not
no,
that
for
sure.
sure.
I think Lonzo's a great player.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Hopefully he gets healthy or stays healthy.
Yeah.
Um, all right. Next is RFA, Davion Mitchell. This says in 10, so
I
I
like him.
assume it happens. Signs 2 year, 24 mil deal. The
Yeah. Uh, I'm not a believer in David Mitchell, to be honest. The lack of shooting is really rough, so I'm gonna give it a C. But I think he's a really good player. If like the player we saw last year deserves to get paid this much, and if you think he's going to continue this, like, he deserves this amount of money. Impact
right.
wise, I actually think this is a little bit higher impact than I might initially think it, because I mean, he's starting for the Heat and he offers a really good balance for the type of player Tyler Hero is. Um, Really kind of a crazy ascension in some ways for Davion Mitchell, considering where he was 9 months ago on the Kings. But pretty
Yeah.
happy. Like, this is pretty great for him, and well deserved. And I think, impact, like, I'd probably give it a C, impact on 10%, 15%, but
Yeah.
that's not that doesn't encapsulate how I feel about like, this deal. I do think it's like kind of a good deal. I just don't know if Davion Mitchell's that good. I just
Yeah,
don't know. Yeah.
yeah, and hopefully, yeah, his offense did come about a little bit at the end of the year.
I mean, he looks
Uh,
great. To be
yeah,
honest, it was stellar, stellar
yeah,
last year.
yeah. I mean,
And if
you've
that's
always liked Davion Mitchell.
I've always liked him, but it's like you can't shoot at all and you can't create offense. But last year showed signs of creating offense, so signs of shooting. And it's all you need. Like David Mitchell's defense is so good, and the balance of the hero is so good. Like
Right.
that, it's if that's what you're giving me, that's kind of perfect. But I just don't
Yeah.
know if that's sustainable for a full season. If he does 80 games of that, though, if someone told me he's about to do 80 games of that, this is amazing for.
Then I mean,
This is amazing signing.
this might be one we look back at and we're like, oh, way
Yeah.
better and more impact. All right, cool. Sam Merrill signs 40 or 38 mil. Anything
I,
here?
s-
No,
I,
sleep.
s- actually, actually,
All right,
he's a
sleep.
good player, but I
Yeah,
thought he was going to
yeah.
resign.
Move
And
on. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
sniper,
Um,
but
yeah, for sure. Okay. Oh, LeBron exercised his player option,
who are we
52.6
ranking
mil.
this for? Are we ranking this for the Lakers or LeBron?
Yeah, true. I think LeBron. Oh man, I think LeBron. I think LeBron's an A, of course. But like, is it because you have so much money and like, don't you want to like make your GOAT
You
candidacy
just
greater?
wait by opting in, you wasted all leverage you had to like hold this team at gunpoint to actually upgrade their team instead of lying to DFS about his injury and getting him to walk. Um, I don't know. I think it's kind of like sucks all around. This whole situation really sucks. I wish the Lakers actually were trying to win with
Yeah,
Luca and LeBron. They've totally capitulated and gone the other way, which is
it's
insane.
crazy.
It's
It's
honestly
crazy.
it's disrespectful
And
to be
like by the
honest.
way,
Like,
we'll talk about them. I don't hate the Smart or the Aiton stuff. I think it's like okay, but it's the best of the situation that you had. And
eh,
that situation exists purely because of, in large part, almost like he could have signed for 25. Do 25 and then 5 mil of Bitcoin or something like that NFL guy.
you
Like,
that's what
let it
nah,
be,
nah,
you know?
nah. I don't
Like,
think so. And then you just walk. Then you just leave. Then the Lakers aren't your best option.
if you're LeBron, just do a
Yeah,
$25 million year.
then just leave. No, just leave. Like if you're gonna sign for 20 million, I'd rather just pick my team. The Lakers suck. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like the
I see,
Lakers
I see, I see,
infrastructure.
I see.
Like if I'm getting like I'd rather sign and trading else or like sign and trade me
Mm,
like do something like if that's the contract I'm gonna take, I'd rather go play with Madden.
yeah, I mean, yeah, right. It's not like he has, well, I mean, he has ties to LA at this point. He's been
Well,
there
he's,
for,
I mean
this will
he's
be his
got
eighth year.
ties, but I think he wanted the 55 mil. At
I mean,
55 mils, 55 mil.
clearly he did.
Yeah.
And he got it. Yeah, I was disappointed.
Who said
Like
it's sitting on 55 mil? What rapper said that?
Drake.
Yes. Come on, man. Um,
Yeah, the
yeah.
motto.
I don't know how to rate this. Yeah. I don't know how to rank this. Let me, for the Lakers, I'm actually going to give this an F because I just hate the situation.
Okay.
Him staying. The issue is they don't re-sign anyone, and then he stays. So it goes against everything. If they don't
Yeah,
re-sign anyone and he leaves, that would all you could be like, oh, here's the strategy. But now the strategy is hold over a year where everyone's going to be pissed, and then LeBron's going to leave, and it's like, what? This sucks.
right.
So, and then if they're good, you're gonna look stupid because you let DFS walk because you don't want to pay him because you didn't believe in your team. So I'm gonna give this an F because the situation sucks. I know you signed
I like
LeBron, and
that.
it should be an A. It should be an A because you have LeBron James. LeBron
Right.
James is staying for 1 year, and your team doesn't want to win. The one thing LeBron James wants to do, win. This is gonna be a nightmare. This is gonna be a
Yeah.
total nightmare.
And I think it's like a 40%. It's like a pretty big deal because it'll have some ripple effects for down the road. Even
I
though
agree.
it's an expiring contract, so you will have all this money
Yeah,
open next year.
and
So that's
and
all.
And I mean, we'll see how much of it's open because if I remember correctly, like Rui still on the books. You saw the remnants of Game Vincent, I think, on the books. If he's not in his last year, next year, like, so we'll see. I don't know, but you're right. I mean, they'll have a lot more flexibility, but it's also like, could you have just won the team back and then used your picks and then been a title contender, and then LeBron retires at some point, and you've reassessed that. What
Yeah.
if Luke has like this is the thing? Like these teams are planning for 8 years down the line. You can plan for 8 years down the line, but what if Luca tears his leg and breaks his leg? Or what if Luca keeps having hookah? You know,
And it looks like he's working out, but we'll see. He's got to prove it.
the video, the
Um,
before after these videos of
yeah,
him before and after, like rookie Luca versus now Luca.
it is crazy. It is insane the difference. Um, all right. Next is we have the FBI signing Malik Beasley to a months-long investigation for gambling.
A for all. It's probably the most effective thing the FBI has done.
Oh, wow,
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm on a list now.
Yeah,
I'm on a
release
list
it.
now.
Release it.
I'm on a list now.
Damn, bro. Um, well, to that point, oh yes, next,
That was a joke, by the way.
yes. We have mad respect for the federal government and all that it
Yeah.
entails. It is very competent and capable, and keep keep doing well, guys. All right, next we have Julius Randle re-signing with the Timberwolves for 3 years, 100 mil.
Can I say I think it's actually like a really good trade because it's like you kind of like you might have won the cat trade because you re-signed Randall and you stayed under the second apron somehow. And like, I don't know if you'll ever be able to trade Randall because he's getting paid 33 mil a year, but maybe you
Yeah.
could trade Gobert and honestly, you could just run the team back. It's a pretty good team.
Yeah,
So,
and
uh,
Randall was good. Like Randall was great in the Warriors series.
yeah, I'm still gonna give it a
He,
C plus just because I don't love the ceiling and you sacrifice
sure.
Nikhil Alexander Walker in it, but I think the impact is probably around like 25 to 30%. Like, I don't know
Uh,
if it's not on Desmond Bain levels, but it's probably around the Nasri
I like
levels.
it. I like it.
He's just
Good
an older
stuff.
player, so that's the issue.
Yeah. All right, very good. Next, this might be a snooze.
Mhm.
Colin Sexton for Yusuf Nurkic. Next. Maybe.
Did you see Sexton? Sexton was like the vet. He's like the vet of the team now. I
Yeah,
feel
dude,
so
that's
old.
nuts. Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
old.
I remember that one season where Colin Sexton dropped like 24 points per game for the Cavs, like
Yeah,
randomly. And I was
yeah.
like, whoa.
Second year.
Like a second or third,
I
yeah,
think
like it's super
he
early
was
on.
when he
It's
was
like,
just like an ISO machine. He's just like
yeah.
Cam Thomas 3 years ago. Although
Yeah,
Cam
yeah,
Thomas,
yeah.
standing on the fact that Cam Thomas is actually a pretty good basketball player.
I think so is Colin Sexton. He was solid with the Jazz. But yes, that's a snooze.
Yeah.
Next we have
Also, by the way, a horrible
yeah.
trade by the Jazz. Just not really sure.
I don't know what the Jazz are doing at all this offseason. Um, yeah, just retooling for nothing in the future. Um, I went to Utah once and you had to order food if you wanted to buy a beer. And I think that just says a lot about what Utah is all about. And also,
That
I did
sucks.
not wish Karl Malone a happy 62nd birthday. So Utah in
You saw
general.
the NBA tweet about that?
Did
Did you
we?
see Wemby like something on TikTok where it was like someone screaming at the phone like at the happy birthday Charlie thing?
Oh yeah, I think I saw like a clip
Yeah.
about that. Yeah. Yeah, I hope his birthday is mid.
All right, let's
Um,
get move. We gotta
yes.
hurry
Okay.
through this. We gotta
Yes. All right. Next, we have James Harden declines his $36 million player on contract, signs a 2 year, $81.5 million contract.
It's like B and low impact. Kind of thought it was
Sure.
gonna happen. Kind of thought it was expected. This is low risk. 2 years.
Sure.
Clippers had to do it. No one else is giving Harden that money.
Sure.
You know,
Cool.
think that's like pretty easy. I don't know if you agree with that.
I mean, I was very impressed by how he played last year until obviously the playoffs started.
We know who he is,
So
and he
yeah. And
deserves to get paid 40 million a year, but there's also a reason the Clippers are capped off.
yep. If it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, it is not a mongoose. Next, we have Bobby Portis, three. Call a spade a spade.
Yeah,
James Harden
sure,
is who
sure.
James
You're
Harden
right.
is.
You're right.
Like he
Okay.
was an All NBA. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bobby Portis, 3 year, $44 million contract to return to the Bucks with a player option.
Oh, okay. So I think it's like, dude, it's like too much money. If it was like 3 million less a year, like if this was like 3 years, 33, I feel a lot better. Like this is a lot of money for a guy who isn't that good in a state of a league where if you're paying a guy 12 to 15 million, he needs to be your sixth or fifth best player, which he is. That's the thing. He probably is around that range. He just
Yeah,
might be like their third best player. You know,
right.
like
It's
that's
such
the
an
issue.
issue.
So like the
Yeah,
issue is that the the salary isn't that like it's like a B minus for me. Like or like the value is pretty good. I like the player, the value is pretty good. He's just gonna be expected to do way too much. And maybe if you had 20 million that wasn't burnt in the Dame Lillard salary this year, then maybe you can do
Yeah.
something else. I
Well,
mean, that's
that's
bad. It would have been minus 60 actually if they had
yeah.
kept him. So
That's why like this scale of grading with two axes is not all inclusive because we're missing the context of what you just
yeah.
described. Maybe
But I
next
think
year we'll do a Z axis.
maybe like B 10% impact. That's the thing. Like
Yeah.
this team is just not like we know who built Buck
Mm,
Portis is. We know this team's not winning, probably not winning a chip, but we know they're gonna be pretty good. And it's like I don't know how
right.
impactful it'll be. And then that said, if they hadn't re-signed him, I wouldn't say they weren't gonna make the playoffs. Like, like it'd still be a
Right.
playoff team.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah. I mean, and like good for Milwaukee or whatever, like keeping a guy that they love.
or
Not like
whatever.
really, but yeah, emphasis on that. So next, Jabari Smith Jr., former fifth overall pick, signs a 5-year, $122 million rookie contract extension.
It's like kind of expensive for a guy who hasn't been that good. He was like really good in one playoff series, right?
Yeah, he was, and he was injured for a lot of the year. So like to come
I mean,
back and
he's
play
good,
well, and
but
now he's got
it's a
his
lot of
mentor.
money.
It is a lot of money.
The thing is, the impact
So
is high though, because he's got a high ceiling. He's going to be there for a long time. This was, they kind of did pick Jabari over like Jalen Green. Like the Jalen Green
right,
money has now gone to Jabari, and they added the KD salary in that way.
right.
Um, yeah, I think it's like a B minus or a C plus in terms of the contract and the player itself. But I think impact is actually pretty high impact. I think it's pretty important for this Rockets team to retain also that positional flexibility that Jabari
Hmm.
provides, being able to play the three or the four.
Right.
Um,
Even the five
so.
at times,
Yeah,
if they need. I
I
mean, they
mean,
have tons of
oh,
centers,
dude,
but
that would be so fun. A Jabari KD front court,
oh yeah,
like if
that
Luke
would be
Cornett
sick.
walks on the court for the Spurs, you just KD Jabari just destroying them.
Yeah,
If Wemby's out for 10 minutes, you go or you go the other
yeah.
way and you put in Steven Adams who puts Luke Cornett in the basket. But like,
Right, right.
this is like great.
And I mean, and I say Luke Cornett has gotten much better.
Oh, he's very good. I
Yeah,
mean, he's a viable backup center. But I was
yeah.
just like, I was trying to come up with an example of like
Like
ways you could take advantage.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
how do you take advantage of someone?
yeah. Like
Um,
Valanciunas if Jokic is off.
yeah, exactly. And you're not
Yeah,
like, and when I'm saying Steven Adams putting Valanciunas and Luke Cornett in the basket, like he's probably not winning the matchup 100% of the times, but like
yeah,
I just think you're probably getting an
yeah.
edge for a lot.
Right, right. All right. We'll see how that goes. Um,
Yeah, so I give it like B minus and then impact like 20% too. Which I feel like it's a cop
20%.
out. But yeah, probably a
Sure.
little lower than the rest of the guys. But
Well, we're talking small moves here anyway, so like none of these are going to be huge. Except this one might have a higher value. We'll see.
yeah.
Jaren Jackson Jr., 5 years, 240 mil max with the Grizz, Biz, McGiz.
Dude, is this just Lauren Markkinen 2.0? Like this is a really good player, but you now went from him being extremely valuable in the trade market to he is now getting paid 50 million a year. And you need to decide, is this a guy that I should be paying 50 million a year? And if you're deciding that, why just signing that contract? You know, um, I don't love it. I really don't like it, honestly. I think he's a really good player, but 50 million a year is a lot, and
It is a lot.
you're hamstrung your team so much that you just traded Desmond Bain so that you could free up space in order to do this renegotiation.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I
But
don't
yeah,
know what they're
probably
doing.
it's like a C minus for me.
It was
50 million is what you pay. 50 million is what you pay your second best player when you've won a chip, like
right,
Jalen Brown. 50 million is not when you pay your second best player when you're getting first round.
right.
This feels like
Yeah,
Bradley Beal. This is bad. Like Bradley Beal, when he signed that contract, was like a top 20 player. The issue is he's the 20th best player, making 50 million. Like that, not making 50 million, 40 million, whatever. It
yeah.
wasn't fun. But that's my fear with JJJ. It's like we might get costed JJJ because he's just this team felt like they needed a payment. I don't know if they did.
Right. After like being the second seed for a couple of weeks, like 2 years ago, and then losing
I mean,
in
to be
six
fair, I mean
games.
they won 50 games, what, 3 straight years, right? So
Did they win? First year?
two
I mean,
straight,
yeah.
3 straight years. But like that pass, and you also have to assess like JJ is not 22 anymore.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like 26, 27. So I don't know. A little nervous. Also, not
Was
super healthy.
was
Not super healthy of a player.
was this like a C?
C minus.
C minus, and I give it honestly a 30% impact, like not in a good
Yeah,
way.
yeah, me too. And also, he's a good player. Like, if he ends up
Yeah,
coming good,
right.
like now you have JJJ and he's here, and that's high impact. But it's also like if JJJ is on the trade market, this is what I like. This is why I might have said this in the podcast, but the Grizzlies should have just torn it all the way down because this was like the max value all these players had. JJ, you can get 5 first. Desmond Bain, you get 4 first. Jaw, maybe just
Yeah,
keep him. Maybe just keep Jaw, and he just becomes the guy you kind of build around. You kind of Trey Young it, where you're like, we would be willing to trade him, but
right. Like you should have leaned into it.
yeah. So, anyways, that's how I feel.
Right. Um, yeah, no, that's fair. We've referenced this guy already, but DFS 4 years, 53 million to the
Yeah,
Rockets.
yeah, this is like one of these role players on the minimum mid level, and he's like their
Yeah,
seventh, eighth guy. I don't think it's that high impact, but it's like a pretty good deal. So I think it's like a
yeah.
B minus, or like B
10%.
minus, 10%. And I
Yeah,
feel this way about a few guys that we'll get to later. I'll kind
yeah.
of just reference this deal. But yeah,
Beautiful. Next, D'Angelo
exactly. So this is
Russell, two
this
year,
is
13
another
mil.
one where he's like a little, probably a little bit worse than DFS, but situationally probably a little bit more important. I think
Yeah,
the 2 years is a lot, but if it's the situation, I'd probably give it like C plus, B
C
minus, but
plus. Yeah, I
impact
kind of like
probably
B minus.
yeah, but impact closer to like 15%, just given the
Yeah,
Kyrie injury.
yeah. Totally. All right. Next one. Oh, I'm excited to hear what you think about this one. The Denver Nuggets trading Michael Porter Jr. and an unprotected pick in a long ass time for Cam Johnson.
Okay, Nuggets A, absolutely.
Word.
Just you turned MPJ and one pick into a positive deal. If you traded Cam Johnson tomorrow, you could get 2 first. Yeah, that's kind of my first thought. So A, impact
Like
like 25
25. Yeah.
at least. I think this is like a more important deal than a Van Fleet deal. This is
Yeah.
not as important as a Bane, maybe 30%, honestly. Um,
Yeah. This is huge.
exactly the type of player the Nuggets needed. Will be perfect. Will fit perfectly.
This is the difference between a second round exit 2 straight years in a row in
And a
the
finals.
and a three-peat.
Yeah, maybe honestly
Maybe not
30,
a
30.
three-peat.
Maybe, but maybe not a 30 peak, but maybe I'm adjusting like
Yeah.
30,
Yeah.
35%,
Change it.
honestly.
Change it.
And then Nets, I think it's pretty push poor trade. Yeah, you traded Cam Johnson for a guy who's gonna be on your books for 3 years, it's the same salary number, and you only got one pick to do it. And I don't think that
Yeah.
play was that good. So
I mean, yeah, it's so hard to tell how good a team's going to be in 7 years. Like, I mean, Jokic won't be there really, or impactful there at that point at 37 um, years old. So,
is someone giving you value between now and then though? Is someone giving you value? Like, because who's to
right,
say that pick is like, I'm not saying that pick is gonna be bad, but if it's the 14th pick,
right.
if someone tells you it's gonna be the 12th pick, would you still do this trade?
I wouldn't have done this trade anyways. I wouldn't have done this trade unless it was a top three pick.
I want multiple picks, so I'm taking on him.
Yeah,
Because it's the issue. You're taking I actually Cam Johnson's a really good player. You couldn't have called the Grizzlies. Yo, Grizzlies, just run it back with these 3 guys you got. Add Cam Johnson, give me 2 first.
bro. I'm sorry, but also I can't believe that like Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, that used to be a team. It
What a great team.
was a great team.
What an awesome team. And
Yeah,
yeah. Nets in terms of impact, I have to be honest, I don't think it's that high impact because I think they're gonna be
yeah,
bad in it. I think they're gonna be bad in it.
right.
So like that's the issue. And like I'm saying they probably should have gotten a pick or two better. Maybe you get a young player instead of MPJ, but they have a lot of young players, they have a lot of picks. So I don't think it's that high impact. This is not a decider of their rebuild.
Bro, do you think that they're ever going to have Cam Thomas and MPJ on the court at the same time?
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Just jacking up 30 footers, no passing allowed.
And they're gonna trade both of them the moment they can, and it's gonna be a horrible trade. They're literally gonna spend a pick, I'm telling you, before this MPJ deal is done, they're gonna spend a pick to dump MPJ. Like, I swear. That's my like soft prediction is before MPJ is done, they'll use a pick or they'll cut him for a full season because they have money.
That's the
So
Nets. Uh, all right. So what, like a is that like a D?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
a D and
all
like
reports suggest they had three firsts on the table about 18 months ago. To be not this
yeah,
season,
yikes, bro.
but well, this season, yes, but the 2 seasons ago specifically, apparently the Grizzlies offered three firsts at the deadline. Apparently last season the Warriors were trying to get him, stuff like that. So
Brutal.
um,
Uh, okay. Next up, Ty
yes,
Jerome. Top three, six man of the year. Didn't play amazing in the Indiana series, but 3 years, $28 million deal with the Grizzlies.
B plus. I think it's a pretty
Yeah,
good deal. It's under 10 million a year for a guy who's that good, and it's not that long. He's a certain player. You could trade him. He'd be pretty good. A team would take a risk on him for that value.
yeah,
Someone would give you their 10 million guy and a first round pick to get Tiger. Like some team would.
yeah, yeah. He was good.
And impact wise, don't think he fits on the team super well. Don't think the Grizzlies are gonna be that good, to be honest. But
Like a 10, 15, 15 maybe.
yeah, maybe
Like
lower than that.
pretty.
Maybe this is giving me DFS territory.
Let's go with
Like,
a 12.
yeah,
Let's go.
sure.
Let's go with a cute little 12.
It's like are you just gonna be Ty Jerome 2.0? Like,
Right.
or not Ty Jerome? Are you just gonna be Tyus Jones 2.0?
Yeah. Yeah. In a
What?
different
And
format.
Tyus Jones was really good on aggressive, by the way. But it's also like that player was on a 1 year contract on the Suns. Like,
Right.
so
Right. No, that's valid. All right. Next up, Bruce Brown, 1 year deal with the Nuggies. Anything?
A
A
plus,
plus.
15%. You got a guy who's making 25 mil. I mean, he's not that great of a player now, but he just helped you win a chip. He was a,
Yeah.
he was six man in a chip winning team 2 years ago. You just signed back for a minimum.
Yeah.
So A plus.
Yeah.
A plus,
That's great.
15%.
Cool.
Don't anticipate him playing too much for that.
Yeah. Sure. All right. Kevon Looney. Sorry, man.
Yeah,
Hell of a run.
heartbreaker.
Honestly, like, yeah, he was a great player.
Yeah.
For you guys. But 2 years, 16 million with the Pels.
Yeah, 2 years, 60 million would be a lot for Looney. Respect to him because I think he's pretty good, but I think the leagues might be like move past his archetype player unless you have
Mhm.
Steph Curry. Um, but
They got
Pelicans,
Jordan
I
Poole.
think, yeah, but yeah, the same guy, right? But yeah, non-shooting big man next to Zion, great stuff. But Yusmisi's gonna play majority of the center minutes anyways, so I kind of like it. I don't like the contract independently, but on the Pelicans, I kind of like it. B
The
impact
like
like 5%, like
lowest so
yeah.
far. All right,
And I'm actually down to repeat the same one for the next one on our list is Luke Cornett,
let's
41,
do it.
4 years,
You say
41
B
mil.
B and 5%.
Being 5%. Luke Cornett is probably better than Kevon Looney
Uh,
and his longer term contract. But I
yeah,
just think it's the Wemby situation where Luke, you know we're not running one set for you. You're really good, but like
totally.
you're
I think
in the playoffs, Wemby's gonna play 42 minutes.
I'm gonna give him 15, and not because of who Luke is, and not because of who
What?
Luke is. Hold on. Not because of Luke is. I'm thinking about Wemby. I'm thinking about his injury problems. I'm thinking of like the deep vein thrombosis, which has a bunch of question marks. If you can give Wemby less time on the court a little bit, that's huge.
Bro,
That's
15%, you're tweaking, bro.
15%. We just did Bruce Brown 15%.
Bruce Brown is on a minimum contract on a team that's about to win a chip. That I'm
I
about to pick
think
to win the chip.
I think giving Wemby a quality backup center with that amount of time and giving him like 5, 10 minutes per game for 4 years just to like sit on the bench a little bit and like the team not collapse is huge. I think it's a big
The
deal.
Nuggets have been rolling around with DeAndre Jordan for 5 years.
Yeah, but dude, Luke Cornett is better than DeAndre Gordon.
Yeah, but I'm saying it was fine. Like impact, it was fine.
I'll meet you in the middle, say 10.
All right, fine. You know what?
And you know what? Maybe it's a little bit of homerism going on.
I like Luke Cornett though. I would actually rank him higher if he was on a different team. It's just the issue is with Wemby. It's like if Wemby's hurt and if Luke Cornett's on the court for more than 15 minutes, I'm like, oh my God, like our season's over. Like
He's a good passer.
It's-
All
No,
right.
he's
Let's.
and actually again, Luke Cornett is good, and he's a lot better than this next guy on our list. Brook Lopez, 2 years, $18 million
Yes.
with the Clippers. I actually for the Clippers like the deal, so I'd probably give it a BB plus. It
Right.
fits the age profile. It's only 2 years. Like impact wise, it's like you are just if Brook Lopez plays 15 minutes, Zubats is hurt. So I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
Right.
I'm like, oh my god, our season's over.
So there's another
That
like what 10%?
yeah, honestly, I might even put it lower. I would probably put
Damn.
it closer because the thing is, Brook Lopez, if he's on a different team that really needed his skill set badly, that would be one thing.
Sure.
Note here, by the way, if Ty Lue starts running Brook Lopez Zubats lineups and Brook Lopez just sits in a corner and shoots 40%, like I would be that would be wrong because that'd be kind of fire. But I just don't know if Brook Lopez can play the forward at this age.
Splash man.
Yeah. It would be fun
Uh,
though. It would be fun.
yeah. The retirement home. I saw that. I mean, they obviously have like the highest age is like 29.3 years, which is honestly lower than I thought. Um,
Yeah,
on
but
their
they got
average.
two because you get two-way guys in those
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They win.
Because like I mean, everyone's older than 28, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Batum,
Except
Chris
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 Dunn.
Paul, who we haven't talked about. Chris Dunn is getting there too.
Yeah, I mean, Derek Jones, I think, is also like 28 now. So
Yeah. So I
two
don't know who's
starts.
bringing that average age down actually.
No, I mean, yeah, it's
Uh,
just like these two-way guys.
is it
Whoever they
yeah,
got.
that's nutty. Um, okay, back to the Hawks. Nikhil Alexander Walker, 4 years, 62 mil with the Hawks. Like a
It's just like a
B?
little too
A B
much. Yeah, like
minus?
it's like a little too much. It's like 4 years from now, if Nikhil Alexander Walker still can't shoot, you're gonna be pissed that you're paying him 60 million a year. You know?
I, this feels like to me like a chemistry test in high school where you got like a 79, but if you do some extra credit, you can bring it up to a B minus. And
And you're
like
like, oh,
that's
pretty good. Yeah, you're like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
pretty good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So like
I'm,
if he can get that like, if he goes in for a little extra studying and like gets that like extra credit, then it'll be a B minus. B
yeah,
minus.
it's like you know, when John Collins was making 30 million, you made the Eastern Conference Finals, everything was great. And then you get first rounded and you're like, oh my God, I'm paying John Collins 30 mil.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's like it's
Right.
like Nikhil Alexander Walker, if you're in the second round next year, you don't care what you paid him.
Right.
But if you get if you're in a playing game next year and you look at your team and you go, oh my God, I could have had either Terrence Mann or Nikhil Alexander, Terrence Mann on an expiring deal or Nikhil Alexander Walker, you go, damn, I probably should
Like
have taken
that's
Terrence Mann. Like, yeah. I don't know.
yeah, that's fair. Okay, so we'll go C plus
But
for now.
yeah, C plus. But the thing is, impact wise, I think this is actually high impact because you're stealing from the T Wolves just
Yeah.
in terms of league wide, and also like this is a guy who will now play a lot of minutes, and actually his spurts are going to be really concentrated, where he's probably going to be able to wreak havoc on defense like he's never had before. Like him and Dyson are just
Right.
going to be a problem. And guess what? If he translates well offensively, but now this team's really good. God, this
Yeah.
team's already really good, to be honest. I'm just thinking the lineups you can make with this team and Nikhil Alexander Walker being able to honestly play like he can't really play point guard, but like you could take the ball up in a Jalen Green and Jalen Johnson bench lineup. Um, yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah. So what, like 20%?
Yeah, probably. It's probably one of the higher ones we've had so far, like recently, honestly.
In a minute, yeah. It's been some small stuff. Um, okay. Oh, this is the
Mhm.
obviously the big kahuna, top three player in the world,
Yeah.
SGA, 4 year, 285 mil super contract extension.
It's not an A plus because you didn't get him to take a pay cut, but like you couldn't expect that to happen,
Yeah.
and you kept the top five player. So great job.
A and 70%, like
Yeah,
yeah, the history of what will happen in the league continues.
yeah. And
Um,
SGA will be a top 50 player by the time he retires, and now you just secured a player who will be a top 50 player by the time he retires for the next 5 years in his prime. You
yeah.
just won that final, so this is a big deal, and
And we
it's a
might
Thunder.
and by the way, on that top like list, well, which we might talk about soon because Bleacher Report just came out with their like top 100 NBA players of all time. So we will probably need
Just
to
critique
talk
it.
about
That'd
that,
be awesome.
critique it. Yeah, yeah, we can dissect that. Um, okay, Gershon Yabusele,
Love him.
after destroying it in the Olympics for your home country 2 years ago, he played with the Sixers. Okay, and we're moving
I'm asleep.
on.
I'm asleep on you.
I'm
I
asleep.
love Yabu. I love Yabu.
Yeah,
Just
real.
like
Same.
he would be like a A signing because I actually think it's a really great contract, a really great player.
Yeah,
It just like
yeah,
impacts like 2%. Like
yeah, yeah. Right, right.
Yabu's
This one's
just like
tough.
that. He will
Um,
help though. He will help.
yeah, still, he'll be good backup. I mean, oh,
Is
well,
he?
it's not Tibbs anymore, and it's not Tibbs, so he might be played actually.
Yeah, it's like is he that much better than Preston Chua? Like, for example, like
Right,
obviously
right,
Preston
right,
Chua is a center. Yabu's a little bit more of a
right,
wing, but like in terms
right.
of minutes soaking.
Yeah, I think that's a fair comp. Okay, let's try to avoid the hatred for the franchise here, but Miles Turner signs the 4-year 107 deal with the Bucks.
Was a really great deal because you could trade Miles Turner. You could trade Miles Turner 3 years from now because getting paid less than Vucevic.
Right.
It's actually
So that
the deal. It's the issue is that you can't really separate this from the Dame Lillard trade. That's the issue. The Dame
uh,
Lillard deal is that the only way you were able to do this is that you've waived and stretched Dame Lillard. So the issue is this trade in itself, this signing. If you told me the Bucks got 4 years, 80 mil, Miles Turner, I'd be like, oh my God, what a great deal. And then if you
right.
followed that up with, by the way, they're going to pay Dame Lillard 30 million for the next 5 years to stay away from their team, I'd be like, what? So
Okay. So in of itself, it's an A in terms of its value,
yeah,
but in the context, it is a C minus. It's a D plus. Like,
impact 100% confirms Giannis will leave. There's no route to Giannis staying.
yeah.
You cannot keep Giannis if you're paying 30 mil for people to be
Mm,
out for team. You will no
I'll
longer,
say,
you'll never be
yeah,
under the cap again. This is the thing. You'll never be under the cap again, to be honest. So you'll never even be able to rock the
brutal.
boat in free agency. The only
So
type
brutal.
players you're going to be able to get are Ryan Rollins, like the guy who just got, like that's
So
what's
brutal,
so it's
bro. Hate to
brutal.
see
It's
that.
up. It's big impact. This is the ender. I mean, and you don't make this trade unless you think Giannis is leaving. I have to think that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that'll be interesting. Well, we'll talk more about that.
Yeah, we'll talk.
We continue the speed run. Valanciunas, who we just referenced, to the Nuggets. Wait, what happened with that Greek thing? They figure that
He
out? Does he
yeah,
stay?
he's not gonna do it. The
Okay.
Nuggets don't want to release him from his contract, and I think he's down. Like I think he's
Yeah.
not like pressed. So
Yeah.
and he's getting paid more. He can just go to Greece the next year. Like
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Um uh
Is this sleep? Is this 2%?
yeah,
Is this 2% milk?
it might be. He's really
All
good
right.
though, and I really
He
like
is
this
really
sign.
good.
It's really good.
Let's call
And
it
I think he's a good
5%
player.
just to keep it in. It's a
Yeah,
B plus.
yeah, B plus 5%.
They stay having these like sneaky, like kind of good washed backup centers.
But
So
he's good.
funny.
He's
Yeah.
actually good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
Didn't the bro? Wait, didn't the Wizards literally get a first for him like last offseason? The last like they got a protected first from the Kings, or maybe it was a bunch of seconds or something like that. But you
Yeah. I
got
mean,
traded. You got traded for a good amount, less than 6 months ago.
yeah. And you got back Dario Sarge.
Mhm.
So shout out to the Kings.
Bruce.
Um, all right. Continue on with mediocre teams. Jakob Poeltl signs a 4-year, 104 million extension with the Raptors. Yikes.
This is bad. This is really bad.
Um, I
He's a
mean,
good
in of
player.
itself, he's a good player. So like 26 mil a year is not that bad. But the Raptors are not very good, and there's not a good direction. So
Just
maybe
with
a
that first
C.
round pick, the first round pick you traded for Pirtle 3 years ago, you could have just picked a player with him, and the center you would have picked would have been as good as Pirtle now. I mean, maybe
Yeah,
that's too much of an exaggeration, but I'm just saying,
sure.
like this is
I like
like we're
that.
pretty far deep into this whole thing, and now you're like extending him for kind of above like Miles. Jakob Pirtle's getting paid more than Miles Turner. 5 million more.
That's crazy. That's
So.
insane.
I think
Um,
Pirtle's really good, but so I'm probably going to see, yeah, 10%. Thing is, Pirtle's a good player. His intrinsic value as a player is not related to the impact being 10%. It's more of like
yeah,
a statement, I think, on the Raptors and kind of
yes.
situationally. And their experiment does not revolve around Pirtle. They just need a gap center,
They
and
just need a
that's
good
their
center.
gap
Yeah,
and their gap center is Pirtle. So
they need the 14th best center in the league.
yeah, and that's why it's fine.
Yeah,
That's why it's low impact.
beautiful. We are buzzing. Next,
Mhm.
DeAndre Ayton, 2-year deal. How much? I actually didn't see it on
I
ESPN.
I think it might be the minimum. I think.
Okay. What do we
Um,
What do you think about Aiden?
I think it's awful. I think he's like I really
I mean, if you look at really curated stats, he has incredible numbers that put him in categories with Jokic and Giannis. See that one
from what
stat
I
where he's like average a double double like every single year?
yeah, from what I understand, he's getting paid 9 million a year this year and 10 million a year next year. I don't know if I would have paid him 9 million a year this year. I think
This is a
I
big
don't
prove
know.
it year for old boy.
Yeah, the thing is that the peak of what Aiton could be would be really nice, and it would be a lot better than Nick Richards. And then also the floor of Aiton would be a lot worse than Nick Richards. You know, for example, who's the guy you tried to trade for at the deadline, and you probably could have traded for without a first round pick this time around.
Yeah.
Um, that's my worry is that Nick Richards, for all of his injury proneness, when he's on the court, I have a semblance to knowing what he might be. All Everything I've ever seen from DeAndre Ayton and JJ Redick and LeBron James and even Luka Doncic is that all of them are gonna hate DeAndre Ayton. That's all I've ever. That's all I've ever. And he'll be a better version of Jackson Hayes, and maybe that's why they'll like him. This was they'll
Yeah.
remember Jackson Hayes and be
Yeah,
like,
because
oh
he's
my God.
better. Yeah.
Um, but is he better than Kevon Looney?
Yeah, I think he's better than Kevon Looney.
But is better than Kavanaugh. And the thing is that he's playing 30 minutes. These are different like roles of players, but I'm just
Yeah. Uh,
you're I would have liked the answer to be something else. I
yeah.
think like Valanciunas, I actually if Valanciunas is playing 30 minutes for the Lakers team, it's possible I feel better about that because Valanciunas,
Possible.
but I don't. I think we're talking ourselves into this idea that Aiton's going to catch a bunch of lobs from Luka. And it's like, great, he's
Yeah.
going to catch a bunch of lobs from Luka. How many actual points does that actually translate to an everyday to a game of basketball versus it being a layup, or versus it being a catch three? Like, I don't think it might add on alley oops. It might give you 2 points per game, 3 points per game compared to a layup from the other guy. And then like defensively, and everything else he doesn't do on offense, and stuffing the interior, which Valanciunas does not do. Valanciunas doesn't stuff the interior. Like, and also like I watched a lot of Valanciunas. I think he can be integrated into an offense. He can have the ball and you can run pin downs off him, or he can go screen for your off ball guys. I can't believe I'm saying this. I haven't really seen a ton of that from down there. The guy was making 30. So that's the issue. Like the skill set that Aiton has, the skills that he has are not things that you could teach to any other backup center. But I haven't been shown the skills that backup centers have that Aiton can show, or
Right.
that like Aiton hasn't even showed like some of the skills that you need to be a plug in the center.
I mean, yeah, he definitely has this like Ben Simmons, like you were really good there for your first couple of years, and now everybody's just kind of holding on to your name
I
syndrome.
don't know. And don't get me wrong, again, like the peak, if DeAndre Ayton came back in and if DeAndre Ayton was averaging like 16 and 10, like it wouldn't be shocking. And that's why this could be impactful, but I'm just down because I don't think that's what's going to happen. And you're on the hook for 2 years. I'd rather be on the hook for 1 year for a guy who's worse than him or on 2 years for a guy who's better than him. But
Yeah, this is a hope play.
yeah.
Um,
This is like you're trying
um,
to convince LeBron, like, no, 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 we have a chance to win the chip. Like we have DeAndre Ayton.
yeah.
Like you
So what
walk
do
into
we?
Staples Center, see a Lakers Ayton shirt. That's the guy you can tell him like, oh, like Kobe's second best player all the time, and he's gonna be like, yeah. I'm just saying, like, you walk into Staples Center, he's got the Ayton Lakers shirt, bro. Just go right up
Yeah,
to him, bro. Hey, Kobe, second best player all time. It's good. Yeah.
yeah. Bro
And
just
and
moved to the US.
you're gonna know you should. That's crazy. Bro's gonna be moving out soon. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
strip his visa, man.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, get him back.
Yeah, it's a white
Um,
dude. It's a white dude from the Palisades.
yeah,
Probably.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Actually, that's
yeah,
probably what
yeah,
it is. That's
yeah,
probably what it is.
yeah. Your last name's Wazowski. Let's get you back to the Slavic countries, bro. Enough of you. I'll trade you for Jonas Valanciunas myself. All right. So
Through
what
your
are we?
contract in Greece. Through your
Through your contract of hard labor for
that's
wearing a DeAndre Ayton jersey.
is the out. No, no, I'm not going.
Yeah. Okay.
I was
Okay.
gonna
We
make
can.
some, I was gonna, moving on. DeAndre
Yeah.
and not ranked.
Okay,
All right.
not no, I
No,
like not ranked. I like not ranked.
no, let's give this. I'm down for a C.
C, like
Okay,
a
okay,
10.
C plus. Yes,
All right. Damn.
15.
After all that roasting, he gets a C plus. Okay. Yeah, 15 is cool.
It's just
Because he
because,
could have
but
there could be
anyone,
some
anyone
upside.
going to the Lakers should have been better. Any
Yeah, yeah,
center,
yeah.
Mark Williams going to Lakers,
There's
I've been like, oh, B 25%.
right. No,
Yeah,
I'm with you. I'm with you.
yeah.
Um,
Instead,
all
Mark
right.
Williams goes to the Suns, and I
Dude,
can't watch
yeah,
that.
that
Mark
was
Williams watch.
crazy.
Dude, they're gonna play. Dude, think about this. They have Malwatch, Oso Ighodaro, Nick Richards, Mark Williams, bro. I'm gonna kill myself. I want to watch those guys play basketball, and they all have to play. They have to split 48 minutes of center
Bro.
position.
Poverty hoops.
Yeah,
All right, Cam Whitmore to the Wizards.
I have to
You
take a
love it.
victory lap. I have to take a victory lap. It has to
Yes,
be A. I
sir.
mean, he gave up two second round picks for a guy who is like really good talent. Or maybe not A, A minus. Um,
A 15%?
Yeah, maybe even lower. I mean, this is a free swing. This is a free swing at a guy who all of his flashes in the NBA have looked relatively good in
Yeah,
terms of the high-end skill set. The stuff in between hasn't looked good, but guess what? The Wizards have honestly a lot of guys who do the in-between stuff, and not a lot of guys who score the basketball. So it's kind of an easy swing. And guess what? He just has team options for the next 2 years. So you either keep him or you don't for free. And you spend second round picks for it, like W.
I like
And
that.
Cam Whitmore and Cam Whitmore growing up, Wizards fan, wants to be in DC. A pretty fun story. There's a clip of him, of Marcin Gortat signing his autograph and him spinning around and getting really excited in the video camera, and it's like really sweet. So shout out that. So excited for that. I think it's a really great trade. I
That's
just don't
huge.
think it's that impactful. But if last season, while Cam Whitmore is going out and he's kind of like every time he plays, he scored 20 points, and then when he doesn't play, he's getting pissed. If all of a sudden he got traded for two second round picks to the Wizards, you'd be like, oh my God. Like I think just a lot of time passed. Like I think a lot of time passed, and now we're like, we don't remember Cam Whitmore because he's a really good basketball player.
Yeah, he's been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's a dog.
Yeah. And I think he probably got the short end of the stick in Houston, where I don't think he was as bad as sometimes, he was made out to be. I mean, this was a guy who shot the rock well, put the ball in the hoop pretty well, and like
Yeah.
for his defensive deficiencies, like, I think he had a lot of talent. Like, was he that much worse than Jalen Green? Like, obviously, yes, but like,
I don't know. Yeah, yeah. There's no huge downside to this. Good for
yeah,
the
there's no,
Wizards.
there's zero downside. Honestly,
Yeah,
that's why I have to give it an A.
yeah.
It's so
I
good.
like this. All right. Yeah, congrats, Max. Okay, next. Oh, we got the three-team trade of the
Yeah.
Clippers, the Jazz, and the Heat. Norm Powell to Miami, John Collins to the Clips, Kevin Love and Kyle Anderson to the Jazz.
So I got no ranking for the Jazz. I mean, they're just moving off John Collins and Love for these expiring deals, but I do have rankings for the Heat. I think the Heat are basically getting Kyle Anderson, and they're getting Norm Powell for Kevin Love and Kyle Anderson. So that's a B plus instantly.
Yeah,
That's two
sure.
guys who didn't play or didn't really need to play for a guy in a position of need who just had his best season.
Yeah.
B plus or an A minus. Um,
What do you want to call
Impact,
that?
it's still the Heat,
Like
probably 15% maybe.
15? Yeah.
He's a really good player. So the Heat are in a tough spot, but he's going to definitely increase their potential ceiling. I mean, they still have a log jam between the heroes and the Andrew Wigginses of the world, but still. Um, Clippers, this trade individually, I didn't love. Don't know if, yeah, like don't know if John Collins was the position of need. I think they felt like he was. They don't want Kawhi playing the four. Batum can't pick up that many minutes anymore, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So I was down on it in the moment. Once you get Beal, it becomes like, to be honest, once you get Beal, this has to be kind of like a trade. Like that's the issue. Like that, I think that I don't know if I can rank those not independently, you know.
Mm.
And they
Big
didn't.
with
And
it.
to be fair, they didn't know. They didn't know for sure they were going to get Beal. It seemed like they kind of had an idea, but I,
Yeah.
it's tough because if they had just made that trade, I'd be a little down on it. And if they signed Beal, it's like instantly an A for me, to be honest, because you just got Beal to replace Powell at probably a lower salary number than you bring Collins on a team that was capped out.
Yeah. I mean, I like his talent. He had a great season with with Utah last year.
Yeah, I think it's really good, but yeah. Yeah, actually, well, I'm down to give it a B plus. Actually, too.
Yeah,
Actually, interesting enough, I'm gonna give it a B plus.
B plus 15%.
Yeah, it's just yeah. I'm so fascinated about the Jazz because it's like, would you just rather? I'd rather just keep John Collins and play him next to the Markkanens and the Marcus of the world than and trade Sexton for Nurkic, add him to the mix, and trade Albert Collins to add Kyle Anderson, Kevin Love. Like I don't know, the Jazz got worse. It's great.
Oh yeah, I mean somehow they keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Danny Ainge's magic is not translating in Utah.
Well, you might get the BYU kid, and maybe we'll be eating pro. So.
Yeah, long term play.
Maybe.
Um, all right. Next up, a guy that we both like, a guy that I am not a fan of being edited in as the next LeBron in the TikToks. But Paolo Banchero
I
signs the 5 year, 287 mil extension.
a, a yeah.
I say A minus personally. I mean I love him. I think he's amazing.
You're
Uh,
not if you don't offer. I just don't think if you're offering the
you
max,
just
he's
don't.
resigning. He's just
Yeah,
not
okay,
resigning.
okay. All right.
He's going deuces. I'm not staying in Orlando to not get the max.
Let's go A50.
Yeah, yeah. The
Like
thing
that's
is,
what we think.
to be fair, this was expected. Like the
Yeah.
every indication of the Magic was they're going to max him out, just like they max out Franz. I mean, they believed in Franz. Like Franz was
Yeah.
kind of the more risky one, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually think that was spectacular, and I can't wait to see him with a team that might be able to shoot the ball a little bit better. I mean, this team just can't shoot the rock, and he plays really well. Like I actually do like the LeBron comparisons. He's the player that reminds me the most of LeBron. So,
In body stature
no, and physicality, in
and
2018
physicality, yeah.
LeBron. It's the go down the lane, boom, boom, double step. Now I'm pivot, pivot, pivot. Okay, now I'm going back into you, and I'm 6'9". I'm not 7 foot. I'm going back into you.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
those
maybe I'm just
moves.
like nitpicking.
I mean, LeBron's LeBron James. I mean,
Yeah.
but and Paolo, like I mean, offensively in terms of play style. But
Yeah,
Paolo
sure.
also has never played against with a team that shoots like better than an AAU team. Like like
Right. That's a
he's never
really good point.
like
I mean,
that's the issue. Like,
that was LeBron with Cleveland to start.
yeah, but like okay, but I mean that's fair. But
So maybe
like
that is, yeah.
but Paolo averaged 6 assists a game.
Yeah, that's true. That's
That's
true. That's true.
or like 5.5. So like, and that's kind of close to the early
Yeah.
LeBron years.
Yeah. No, that's
Um,
valid. That's valid.
the efficiency is just not in the realm. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. But I think
That's
play
true.
style, the play style does. I actually am
It
okay.
does have it.
I'm okay seeing Paolo in the TikTok edits as long as I don't see the greater basketball culture going like, oh, is he the next LeBron? Because that, like, if I get a next LeBron thing from Stephen A on first take, then I'm pissed. If it's like the
Yeah, yeah,
7-year-olds
yeah.
on TikTok are like, this guy kind of looks like LeBron, like I'm gonna
Yeah.
put that around.
Yeah. Right, because their attention span is like, okay, I'm not gonna get into that. Next.
Yes.
Another 287 mil pending contract in Jalen Williams. I mean, this is
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
I mean, I think this has to be lower than Paolo, but
Yeah,
yeah.
like an A minus,
No, I mean, you're still. I
just
think,
because
yeah, it's just
A minus, and I think 30%.
A. I would
Like,
probably get, but honestly, I'd probably still give it an A. Like,
yeah, hey, let's do an A. Let's do an A and let's do 35%.
yeah,
Like this is a Robin of a team that you
qualified Robin.
qualified. You should have beaten the Pacers. Thank God you guys beat the Pacers, because if you don't beat the Pacers, this is a whole different conversation. But you do, and you have a 40 bomb in the finals, so that's great. And you were hurt, so but you did recreate a
And you're
Kobe
great
picture,
defensively, and you're
and you're
great,
great defensively. Yes,
great defensively.
yes, all NBA, all defense. Like this dude's a certified bucket.
The thing is, like, I actually looked at Jalen Williams' run, and I thought it was really amazing. And like, frankly, he
Yeah,
shot the ball so poorly in the playoffs that I'm like, if this is probably like this might be his worst playoff run. Like, like I think he shot the
that's a
ball
wild
from.
thing.
It's crazy, and I think he
Hmm.
shot the ball from three like 30% flat, 29%, 30% flat
Wow,
from three. Like that's not good. That's a lot worse than he's ever shot the ball in his career at any
that's,
time.
that's
So.
crazy.
So that's kind of why I liked it.
Wow.
Him, Chet. Did we talk about the Chet extension?
Oh, for some reason it didn't pop up on ESPN. No,
Well,
we did
there you go.
not.
I
No,
mean, we could just do
him.
it now. Same thing.
Yeah,
Same thing. A 35%.
yeah,
30%.
yeah, 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 yeah. Their big three is set. Real quick, just because I actually let's save that one for the end. I have one more at the end that I just didn't have a date on it.
Mhm.
Um, okay, let's move through these. So we did Beal, Herb Jones, 3 years, 68 mil.
I love him. I think he's really
Yeah,
good.
yeah, he's awesome.
I'd rather play Herb Jones out on contract than Jakob
And
Poeltl.
yeah,
I think it's a B, but like impact wise, I think it's like 20 to 25 because this guy, when the Pelicans aren't that good 2 years from now, people come calling for Herb Jones. This is a
right, yeah,
winning
yeah, yeah,
player. This is
yeah,
a guy
totally.
like Cam Johnson. I don't care if he's on a bad team. Clearly slots on a very good team. So,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
No, I like that. I've always liked
Oh,
Herb Jones. I hope that he's healthy.
yeah.
Um,
I hope that he plays on a cop to basketball team.
yes, yes. So that is less likely. All right. Next up, we have the reunion.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah,
cool.
can I give this an A? Can I give this an A to
Yeah.
everyone? I think this is
Shout out
awesome. You know,
Damian Lillard.
mathematically, don't love the idea of paying Drew Holiday and Dame Lillard these kind of long-term contracts this late in their career, but I like the idea. Dame Lillard doesn't play for a year. Maybe if Scoot's good enough, he never even starts. It's possible Dame Lillard never even starts again for you. You know, it's sentimental. You had the cap space, and honestly, if Dame Lillard goes back to being any good, now you have Dame Lillard for 12 million a year. So,
Mm,
you know, I like it very well. I love this trade. I love this deal. It's actually Portland might be the ones getting screwed. Like they shouldn't have given Dame the last player year. They should have just said no player option back then.
right. And
But I
nice of
don't.
them to do it.
Nice of them to do it, and also I think I don't know if they get him. I don't know.
Yeah. So A and then like, I don't know.
It's like A below impact. Like I don't know how high impact. I don't know if he'll drive Portland to new heights versus the young
I'd
players
say
driving.
15%.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Just on like the scoot training ability and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's great.
All right, well, we danced around this one a couple times, but Marcus Smart, 2 years, 11,
Yeah, the deal is good. I think it's like a B deal. I just think Marcus Smart is cooked. I think it's like a 2%.
2.25.
Is he better than Gabe Vincent? I know Gabe Vincent is not that good. Is he actually better than Gabe Vincent? I know
I,
like
I don't know if we
it
know, to be fair. Like, I
he
feel
played
like
40 games last year.
if he was hurt,
But wait. That's Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart has
Marcus
not
Smart
been
hasn't been healthy in a bit.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's fair.
so last year, okay, last
Yeah.
year he plays 34 games. The year before that, he plays 20 games. The year before that, he plays 60. 2021, he does play 71 games, but the year before that, he plays 48. Um, I
And
don't
then
know.
before that, he
Marcus
was a
and Marcus
25-year-old.
Smart, even at his yeah, and then even when he was 25-year-old, he was playing 60 games, and he had I think a season or two of 80 games. But you know, that's the thing. Marcus Smart, at this age in his career, like I don't think even if he plays 50 games, 60 games, I just don't think it's like
Yeah. Oh, on my
he's gonna have to
Celtics, dude.
shoot. The thing is, he's gonna have to shoot the three a lot. That's my worry. Is on this Luka team, he's gonna have a ton of spacing on offense, and that's actually gonna suck.
Oh, he loves to shoot threes.
Yeah, and
He
it's gonna be the
loves to shoot threes.
no. You're gonna watch him go
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
no, and then JJ
yeah.
is gonna go Dalton
And
connect,
then,
get well, and then he's gonna step on
yeah,
Dalton connect. Who's gonna make a mistake on the defensive end, so back him up smart. He's gonna jack up the thirties. It's just gonna
right.
be like
So funny. Lakers being bad.
yeah,
Love it. All right, two more
damn
that
right
I
down.
think we consider. Yeah. Well, Chris Paul, welcome home. Another, yeah, welcome home.
A because I love it.
Yeah, it's
What
cool.
it's vet minimum.
Yeah.
He should have retired after the Warriors season.
Mm. I mean, I like that he was there with the Spurs, dude. Like that was fun. But let's give it a five. I'll give it a 5%, just because, like, I mean, they already have vets, but like,
Is he playing a minute in the playoff?
yes,
Chris Paul?
yes, yeah, he'll play.
He's
He'll
getting
play.
fucking Kentucky
Come on.
fried. Amen Thompson's gonna put his nuts in his face.
You only need him for a couple of situations. I
Ah,
think he plays.
all right.
I think he
That's
plays.
fair. The issue is they
Matchup
don't have any
contingent.
holdover. They don't have any holdover or ball handling, right? So
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Bogdanovich getting pushed down the depth chart.
Depth chart
Um,
brutal. All right. Last one.
Devin Booker.
Devin
This is a
Booker, the
tough one.
biggest individual contract in NBA history in a year by year situation, right?
Yeah, his 2 year extensions, 2 year 70 million.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're yawning. This is a vendor pod. We talked before this pod. We're like, these are the short ones. We totally lied.
It never is.
A. I'm hesitant to go somewhere, but I think it's an A because you re-signed Devin Booker without pissing him off. He's the last remaining good thing on your team, and you can
Yeah,
totally go the other way and say you should just trade Devin Booker and blow it up. But Devin Booker is the last guy standing. He is the culture. He is the guy that people come in and watch. You walk around Phoenix, people have jerseys on. Beloved figure. He's not a top five guy, but I think it's okay. He reminds me
yeah.
of, it's like when it's Jaylen Brown. It's Jaylen Brown. In my opinion, he's a little
No,
bit better
better.
than he's a little bit better than Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown won a chip though, but
Yeah.
Devin Booker is this face of your franchise. And this isn't Bradley Beal because I actually think Devin Booker is an extremely good player.
Yeah, I say this 50% impact for the historical angle of this because he's like a top three, no, top five Suns guy of all time, right? If we're looking at it like
If he plays his whole career,
Barkley,
if he plays the
Steve
rest like
Nash,
this, I mean, the thing is, he's going to rack up these career stats that are going to be really tough
right,
to compete with. Like, he's going to be called, like, they're going to call him Mr. Sun, you know? Like,
right,
that's
right,
what's
right,
that
right,
he's going to be that. That's the thing. Like Nash, and as good as he has his 10-year run. Barkley, like, 8-year run or whatever. Devin Booker's already on a 12-year run,
right.
you know?
It's crazy.
Or, like, what is that? Like, he's
10,
on a
10 year,
10
whatever
year
it
run,
is.
you
Yeah.
know? But by
But
the
if he
time
stays,
by the time there's a semblance that he could leave the Suns, he'll have been there for like 13 years. See, I can't imagine him leaving.
yeah,
I think I'm happy they kept him around and didn't mess around
yeah,
with it. Because
yeah,
the
we
thing
don't
is,
see a
when
lot of
you
lifers.
because guess what? When you don't offer him that contract, he just goes,
Yeah,
he's I wasted my time here for you to not give me this again. And I
right.
like it's just like honestly not a problem.
Yeah, I like this too. Yeah, it's very sweet. I mean, too bad for the Suns, but good for the sentimentality of the
But
sport.
it's also good for the Suns because you don't sell tickets. You trade Devin Booker, you don't sell tickets.
Yeah, that's a
No, your
that's a fair
fans
point.
hate you. Your fans
Yeah,
will. And guess what? You
and
can just
ish.
sell you could trade Devin Booker 3 years from now.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. All right. Whew.
That
Dang,
was a
bro.
vendor pod, bro.
We just went
That was like a 2 hour, well, like an hour and a half, hour
hour and a
45.
half. Yeah, damn.
Thanks for
Uh,
joining us all.
yeah.
There was a lot of yawning, and now you have receipts of our takes for every single move that was
Yes.
kind of relevant, including us sleeping on Gershon Yabusele, which I'll be keeping in my receipts for myself. Um, so
Yes, sir. And we'll probably keep this going for the next round. I mean, obviously way fewer signings,
yeah,
but there'll be some more. So
yeah, keep your eye out. Obviously, like the off season's gonna be slower and slower as the CBA plays out. Shout out CJ as we went over.
CBA CJ.
CBA CJ. But yeah, that wraps it up for episode
Yes, sir.
86. It's been
86. Man, we're moving along. All right. Well, we love y'all. We'll keep it with the historical kind of like off-season stuff. I think we'll definitely get some history stuff coming up soon. Love y'all. And we'll be chilling here as always. Spittin' Hoops, baby. Holler at y'all.
peace.